Want to know what all cheating men have in common? Yeah. I have been on the dating apps for nearly 3 years, and over that time, I've talked to hundreds of men. Most of them were divorced. Many of them did have affairs in their marriages. Some were caught, and some actually were never caught. But here's 5 things that all of those cheating men had in common. Number one, their wives were not the villains of the stories. They were nice. They were sweet. They were perfectly good wifeys. They were the domestic providers, giving the men children, keeping the home and social calendar. There wasn't a lot of strife or fighting in most of these marriages. Most of them will say that their marriage ended by mutual decision because it fizzled. They grew apart. Number two, the men pretty much always saw their marriage as a utility or status. The marriage served the purpose of giving them the family that they wanted, credibility, comfort, convenience. Their wives were viewed as a resource to best serve their interests. Whatever gaps there were could be filled by a different woman who was a different resource. They frequently said, no need to turn everyone's life upside down. Number three, they started cheating because they said the bedroom life had become boring or non-existent. They felt their wives did it as a chore, and they all saw it as her problem. They didn't have curiosity or interest in their wives' emotional worlds. They didn't consider that the bedroom life could have been due to her resentment or lack of emotional safety, which takes me to 4. It didn't occur to them to even have ongoing, meaningful conversations about the intimacy issues they were having. What I heard most often was, I tried a couple times and then I gave up. There was no understanding that a lifetime commitment takes lifetime work. So instead, they invested all of this mental energy into turning away from their partner. All that strategy and manipulation that goes into cheating was spent somewhere else. By turning away from their wives, they were missing opportunities for deeper connection and understanding. So they widened the emotional gap that was already there in their marriage, which brings me to number 5. They did not understand that a house divided cannot stand. A marriage is supposed to be a team or partnership working towards a common goal. They were solely focused and working towards their own outcomes. Whether they got caught or not, they were consistently working against their own team. So it's no surprise that their marriages eventually did crumble.